What's up, and welcome to 5280 Film Room.
We're a Colorado sports podcast by fans for fans.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
You can also email us your input, questions, and ideas at 5280filmroom@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening. What's up? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to 5280 Film Room. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Gideon.
I'm Miles.
And I'm Jordan.
And last week, week 11, the Broncos played the Los Angeles Chargers and won the very last second thanks to a BMAC field goal.
Victory!
It was set up really nice as well. Going for it on that long fourth down, it was necessary
Right.
push. But Cortland Sutton came up with that big catch. Probably should have gotten down a little sooner than he did. But we were able to spike the ball with a couple seconds left and boot it. But after we lost that previous possession, I thought for sure the Chargers were just going to run out the clock. And for some reason, they were dumb enough to go 3 and out and give us like 50 seconds left, which, all right, cool.
Very grateful for that mistake on their end.
And we got into position and we scored and we win. But the whole entirety of the game didn't feel like we won.
Well, and so many games this season have come down to a moment like this. Like, it's been down to the wire. We've had really tight losses, but they've been losses. I mean, aside from the one game against the Raiders that we won, that was also neck and neck. So many of our games have been like this, but they've ended in a loss, whereas this one we got to walk away with a win, and it was fun. It was fun to win, even though it was not a clean game. There's still a lot of mistakes. We still looked relatively the same.
Our offensive line looked significantly improved.
For being a patchwork line,
yeah,
that's impressive.
They did well.
There were 3 guys playing out of position.
That's insane.
I thought it was going to be a disaster.
And to not give up any sacks.
Yeah, that is.
Well, I think
So some of their insane defensive weapons.
Well.
Wow.
So usually quarterback hit is probably upwards of 8 to 10 for a standard NFL game. I don't know what the true average is. That's just off the top of my head. But
Case is probably like 15 this year.
I would say way higher. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen 12 at least a couple
for
times.
4 hits, no sacks.
But that's nice.
Whew.
That means he's able to get the ball off, and you never want your quarterback taking those hits, but if you can minimize it as much as possible, that gives them a much longer season and eventually a much longer career.
Yeah, we'll see if the offensive line can continue to do it, because I'm sure they're going to stick with the same guys in the same position.
I would hope so. I really hope we don't do another patchwork line.
If it's not broke.
I know.
Yeah, it's not broke.
Don't fix it.
Well, and if it is broke and you have to fix it,
pieces.
and it's if the Band-Aid seems to be doing its job, just leave it there. Don't rip it off too early. Don't fidget with it. Don't start peeling the edges. Just leave the Band-Aid on.
And run the ball.
Let things happen.
And run the ball.
The ball. Philip Lindsay had a great game.
He needs to have an even better game this week, I think.
Well, you're going up against James Conner, who's had a fantastic year, if not better than Philip Lindsay, because he was given that 3-down role right from the bat.
And anyone who can step in and make a team like the Steelers not miss Le'Veon Bell, that's a special player.
Yeah. Well, and Philip Lindsay, I looked it up today. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he's like 140 yards less than James Conner with like 50 less touches.
So within a season, they're pretty equal as far as their production rates.
I would say so. It's just Lindsay has had to share time with Booker and Freeman.
But the coaching staff's also identified that Lindsay can very well be a 3-down back. Do you think they're going to give him that opportunity and take touches away from Royce? He had a good game as well.
Yeah.
That's the conundrum the Broncos are at.
I know.
I think it's a great conundrum to have, though.
Yeah, because your guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
Everyone still is hungry for work when they get out on the field, so they're going to try and grind out 6 to 8 yards when they get the ball. But at some point it comes to a head and it almost becomes detrimental to the team because you either can't make everyone happy or you can only make a couple people happy. But usually, usually there's someone that's going to be pissed off.
And that kind of stems back to the Demaryius trade.
Yeah.
I mean, he was upset when the OC asked him to sit out for like 3 to 4 plays for Deshaun Hamilton.
Yeah.
So I think
but
the
these
coaching
are all,
staff
these are
has
all
them.
young guys too.
Yeah, I think they're
Booker,
between the running
Rice
backs
and
and
Lindsey,
yeah. I think they're all bought into the prove to me that you're deserving of field time.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good game, all right, you get a little bit more.
Exactly.
Play it.
I don't mind
play it
it.
by ear, and then I mean it's obviously going to be a tandem backfield, whether it's 2 or all 3 of them.
Well, and Freeman and Lindsey are both rookies, so it's not like anybody's going to be upset if they're getting less time.
They're just
for the
happy
other
to be
guy.
on the field.
Exactly.
On a roster.
Yeah. So the Broncos are in a good situation because I think Freeman would be a really good running back if it was just him.
Well, and he is a
yeah.
really good running back. Philip Lindsay's just a really special running back.
Yes. Kind of like the Tyreek Hill of
Running backs.
That's some big
That's
shoes.
a big comparison, but I
I
like
don't know.
it.
He's on the bell curve at
Like Tyreek.
He's heading
of
that
his
way.
rookie year.
Yeah, he's
years from
heading
now,
that
if
way.
he stays healthy, he could be like Tyreek Hill is right now.
That's fun to think
Behind
about.
the-
Like, what
quarterback,
if he
yeah.
said, "Yeah, I want to be a return man and the running back"? Like,
Oh.
give me all that work. And if he's that good enough and durable enough, like,
Right.
that's a hell of a weapon to have.
Well, like, that's why I would take Lindsey over Connor. Just because Lindsey has that aspect where he can split out in the slot and play wide receiver. He can return kicks, return punts.
So versatile.
Like, James Conner doesn't really have that.
And not to take away from Connor, but he's been producing in a similar fashion that Le'Veon has. Obviously not maybe to the same production level.
He's got more touchdowns than Le'Veon did.
Mhm.
In
And
his
I
He's
think that
lighting it
might
up.
be systematic. I mean,
So-
Le'Veon can go anywhere and produce.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I think Connor's more a benefit of the system that he's currently in.
He's
Which
worked
is
with.
smart coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Work with what you got, empower the players you have, and
That dude beat cancer, too, though.
clearly, yeah,
That's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
superpower.
he's an incredible,
He's-
just human being.
It's like
all
special
things.
power. Like, I
Well,
feel like if
and
life
when
was
you-
an RPG, like, this dude already's, like, got an enchantment. Like, I beat cancer.
And when you
Oh,
you've
don't
had to
mess with this
face
dude.
like a
Right?
real life trauma, like
Especially
your
that
life,
young.
you're facing your life, making it like living or dying, and to conquer such a horrible disease. I'm sure all those games they're still big, right? They're these big moments, and you're in the NFL and you're on TV. But when you have that kind of perspective,
Nothing can stop
nothing's
different.
that big. You
Yeah.
beat cancer. You are alive. You are on your dream job. Like nothing's bigger than that. I can't imagine what his mindset is going into games. Like, cool, I get to go play a game, and this is going to be fun, and I'm going to try my best. And even if we lose,
I think
I
he's
beat
like, I'm gonna make
cancer.
them pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Make
he's
them pay.
fired up.
Might not be. Yeah, I mean, similar thought process for sure, but definitely gives you an extra gear that a lot of people don't understand or can relate to. But no, James Conner's a very special running back, but
It'd be tough to stop
I
him.
think it's going to be awesome to see both of these young running backs kind of
I hope it's just
go
a
head
running
to head.
game
People like
showdown.
to talk about
That
you
would
know,
be sweet.
Brady
Yep.
versus Rodgers. Like maybe Connor versus Lindsey might be a thing 5
Right.
years from now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
So I'd rather have the game be about James Conner and Philip Lindsay than Roethlisberger and Keenum. Like,
Oh yeah, any
I
day.
know
I
where
don't-
that's tipped.
Well, yeah, both of those
Weight and
quarterbacks
skill.
are on their way out.
But if we're getting into a shootout, I would much rather have Roethlisberger than Keenum.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I hope it's the more slower paced game. Just focus
Yeah.
on the
Run
running
the ball.
game. Exactly.
I think I
Maintain
read the
control,
Steelers are the highest scoring offense in the league. Like they are highest points per game.
Oh, really? Because I know coming into the week, I think it was
Or it
the
might have just been their
Saints.
franchise history. I think you're right.
Because I know the Saints were averaging like 36 points a game.
Saints
something
are
like
lighting
that.
it
Yeah.
up.
And they're
The
maintaining.
Steelers are probably up there too. I'm sure. I don't know.
But
what
I
theirs
think
is.
the Broncos will definitely have to put up at least
28.
yeah.
It's going to be a high
I
score.
was gonna say 30, but
But
28,
it's right there.
27. Like if we can get 27 and our defense holds,
Yeah.
I can see us putting
yeah.
up 27-20, 27-24 maybe.
It's gonna be hard to stop Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster.
I know.
Right.
Our
Like how
secondary.
good is
Right?
our secondary?
Secondary's so
They had a
wonky
good
right now.
matchup against Phillip Rivers because they know how he runs his offense and everything, and it's like we can bite on his calls and his passing tendencies, and we did. Got 2 interceptions. But
Well, I think the Steelers have more weapons than the Chargers do offensively.
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, and that's why coming out of the Chargers game, our secondary is definitely going to have a confidence boost, maybe a little bit of swagger. But I just hope that they're not ahead of themselves,
Right.
and then get torched by Antonio Brown and Juju Smith.
Yeah. When the last time Juju Smith played or Antonio Brown played the Broncos, he had like 16 receptions and like 200
Oh,
yards,
that's not
whatever
good.
it was. Yeah.
Those are like Larry Fitzgerald numbers.
I know. Can't let that happen again.
No.
Just blanket the man.
Yeah.
But he's
But
still
then
going to
Juju
get his.
might go
Just
off.
don't pass interfere
'Cause
Yeah.
Juju actually has more receptions and yards than Antonio Brown does this year.
right now.
Yeah. I mean, Antonio Brown has 8 more
That just
touchdowns.
shows how much people are keying in on AB.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, we're not going to.
Juju's
We're going to
still
try our
getting
hardest
Mhm.
not to get you the ball, and he still gets the ball.
Oh, yeah. Because he has 11 touchdowns this year, Antonio Brown. So it's
Yeah.
like,
He makes
Still
sure
can't
he
stop him.
scores.
oh, yeah.
Like
He's
maybe
probably
he's
one
not
of
worried
the-
about yardage anymore. He's like, I just want touchdowns.
He's probably got a good catch to touchdown ratio, more so than anybody else.
Right?
Yeah, because he has, I think it was 62 receptions and 11
6 to 1.
touchdowns. Yeah.
Basically,
Not bad.
And Juju was 64 and 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is still pretty dang good.
But Juju's
This is going to be
Yeah.
a really
Juju's
tough
doing the leg
matchup
work.
Exactly.
for the Broncos.
And,
And
AB's
Connor's doing the legwork.
Yeah.
Connor's
Literally.
doing a lot of leg work.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a
interesting.
tough matchup. And
Yeah.
we look ahead to the next 6 games. We've got some easier matchups, and this is
But no one to sleep
possibly
on.
the hardest. No one to sleep on.
No one to sleep on.
Nope.
I mean, we thought maybe the Niners and Browns might be the easier games of the year, and now it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be Oakland.
I know.
Right,
It's gonna be the easy
right.
one.
The Raiders is the one that will probably be the easiest. Yeah, can't sleep for a second on the 49ers or the Browns. After the Steelers, we've got the Bengals, and then we close the season out with the Chargers again. here at home.
Hopefully AJ Green's going to be making sure he's all 100% healthy before he returns. And
Yeah,
not, and
yeah.
not be out.
Toenail.
Just
Yeah.
wait
Yeah, just wait another
a
week.
few more weeks. Yeah,
that's fine.
You
exactly.
don't need to play against the Bucks.
You just rest up that game,
It's for the
come back
best.
the week
Let
after.
us take
Exactly.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
Wait, Bengals, AFC?
Yeah, AFC North, the Steelers,
Dumb.
And Ravens.
dumb,
So dumb.
and the Browns.
Not as dumb as the Patriots.
But the
though.
Browns have been coming on a tear this year.
Yeah.
For the Browns.
For the Browns.
Yeah, they actually won a game. Like,
More
that's
than-
going on.
Well,
its own.
yeah, what's their record? I want to know.
They've won a
And then the
couple.
49ers, we thought with Jimmy GQ, they would be pretty solid. Then he goes out. But then their replacement guy's been, I can't remember his name.
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins, he's been pretty solid too.
Well, I'm pretty sure they had someone in between, right? Blaine Gabbert.
Bethard,
Oh.
Beathard.
Oh,
Beathard,
CJ.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yep.
Oh, and their running back. Two running backs, McKinnon and Mostert. Broke his arm.
Moser, something like that.
Mostert.
Yeah, broke his arm.
But
on
McKinnon was out early.
like first week.
Yeah.
But
Still,
their
that's-
defense is still intact, which is a pretty solid defense.
Their record is bad. They're 2-8.
Oh yeah, that's
But-
pretty.
They're
When you lose your
playing,
starting quarterback,
They're
it's-
playing better than their record indicates, I think.
Probably.
I would say so.
And then the
Or
Browns
maybe
are
we're just
3-6
impressed that
and
these
1.
dudes that were put in second and third string positions, they're thriving.
Are not falling
within
on
an
their
NFL
faces.
Setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May not be
True.
getting the W's, but at least the numbers they're putting up are respectable.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of their games to really tell if they're actually good or not. But they're 2-8.
It's
We
just
can
been
win.
one of
We
those
can
seasons
win.
There have
that
been a couple highlights.
But the Broncos have been surprised before, like
Yes.
the Jets game. So
ah.
Yeah.
It's just been
Isaiah
one of those
Crowell's
seasons
not
that,
that
like,
good.
even though we got the W and it was great to win, it's still like, all right, well, what are we going to do next? I feel like this game against the Steelers and how we play is going to be a huge indicator
this
of...
would be a true challenge.
Right. It's a
And,
test. It's
like,
a big test.
Are you taking this season seriously, or are we tanking?
That's
Like,
the
'cause
question for
we
me.
were
Are
really
they taking
excited
it seriously?
to squeak out a win against the Chargers.
Yep.
And I'm sure everyone's seen by now, like, the synchronized fist pump of Sutton and
It was
Emmanuel Sanders.
awesome.
I think there was a lot of frustrations relieved after that win
Oh,
amongst the locker room.
And that can go a long way towards
especially on the
building
defensive
momentum.
side.
Well, and after losing so many games, it's like it's frustrating when you feel like maybe the league's moving faster than your team is,
Right.
and you just got to find that chemistry to power through each game and make sure that everyone's making their best plays every time they're on the field. I think we didn't play a perfect game, but we played it well enough to put ourselves in a winning position, and now that frustration is gone for us to get a W. We can go in against the Steelers and have confidence enough to maybe whoop some butt.
And have that home field advantage, which I think in this particular matchup is going to be so crucial.
Do we need Tim Tebow to play the Steelers for us?
It works.
It does
Bring
work.
back Tebow and DT.
For one game.
Bad joke.
Well, we heard a stat the other day where the Steelers are 15-1-1 in their last 17 road games. which
That's
is
insane.
Ridiculous.
It's going to be 15-2-1.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, this is probably the hardest game left on the Broncos schedule.
Agreed.
So if they can find a way to win, they could go on a roll and win the next
Finish
4 games
If
or
we could
whatever.
finish 10-6, that would be beautiful. But,
That'd be nice.
It's 8 and 8.
as long
I'm
as
really that's
it's-
what I'm pushing
as
for.
long
Is
as
8
it's
and 8.
not a losing season.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's ideal.
Yeah. Can't have consecutive losing seasons.
No.
Unfortunately for me, I think it's going to be this week. If we get
A loss.
we have to get 2 losses to maintain a losing
8
season.
and 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get 2, I think it's going to be this week and the last week
Chargers.
of the season against the Chargers.
They're gonna
What do
be
you think is
mad.
going to happen if they
They're gonna
win
be
this
mad,
week,
yeah.
the Broncos?
Yeah, let's
Like,
let's
if we
talk
lose,
about
If
that.
the Broncos
we
win,
The Broncos win.
that would be
Like, you have to
consecutive
try.
games beating the Chargers and the Steelers.
You have
does
to
that
try,
make the
like-
Broncos legit?
You have to try beating up on your next matchups.
Right.
We have to win out to be legit.
Yeah,
I don't think that
I don't think
makes
one
us
win
legit.
But
makes it.
I think the energy needs to be focused that way. If you beat the Chargers and the Steelers back to back, I think
You're back in
mentality
it on
is-
a certain level.
I wouldn't
Mentality's
even
back,
say
yeah.
back in it. Like, there's still a possibility they would be the odd team out on the wild card because there's so many AFC teams
Right.
with a significant winning record at the moment.
I'm
Yeah.
still pretty certain that we're already out. That we were out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Well, the
Given the
I'm
that
gonna-
wouldn't
standings,
surprise me.
Because who's in the? I'm gonna look up the 6th seed real
I
quick.
know, like, the
You guys
Ravens
can
are
keep
up
talking.
there, and the Bengals are ahead of us.
I think if we beat the Steelers, I wouldn't say it makes us legit, but I would say it makes us not
Dolphins
a
are ahead of us.
disaster.
Dolphins are ahead of us. Chargers are ahead of
Yeah.
us.
Chargers have a great record.
Titans.
Yeah, who's behind Houston Texans?
Titans.
Titans. So yeah, Titans are probably 1 game ahead of us.
Let's see.
So it seems like there's a team in every division ahead of us.
Right.
Yeah. So we still have to win.
It would
out
take a
to
lot of
even,
other teams losing and the
like,
Broncos
think about
going on a win
tiebreakers
streak.
and stuff. But we've already lost twice to the Chiefs. So even if the Chargers win out and the Chiefs lose out,
Yeah, the Dolphins are 5-5, Ravens 5-5, Bengals 5-5,
Yeah.
Colts 5-5, Titans 5-5, Chargers 7-3.
so I
So
mean,
we're
there's a
we're,
lot
Wow.
we're a
can go
game
on.
behind the 6th seed right now.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, we would have to win out and get a lot of
A
help.
lot of other teams would need to.
I mean, we
fall
wouldn't
apart.
necessarily have to win out. Even 9-7 could do it.
9-7
With
could do
the
it.
proper
Yeah.
losses.
Yes,
With
right.
proper losses.
Oh yeah,
It's
but I don't think there's a 5-5 team that's gonna win out. You know, Like, I don't think we
Yeah.
have to win
some
out.
of those teams will actually end up playing each other, and then
That's
like
true.
we're gonna
Yeah.
see
Yep.
a huge difference in standings probably 2 weeks from now.
That's the thing.
than
It's
what we
still
see
too early
at the
to
moment.
really
Yep.
get a genuine read on things.
Well,
on the
we're
big
through
picture.
the like true half of the season where all the teams have completed their bye weeks, and now you just like grind. There might be like 1 or 2 teams left. I don't know, but week 12 usually. I guess this might be the last
week of buys.
of buys.
Generally,
but
yeah.
this is where
the
it heats
Rams
up.
have a bye this week.
It's like if the NFL had an All-Star break, like your bye week is your All-Star break. Obviously, there's no event for you.
Yeah.
Which is great because then you
different for
actually
everybody.
have a break.
But like,
Yeah.
if your bye week's week 4, like that sucks. But guess what? You're gonna come out week 5, fired up, and you have to have that same energy throughout
Carry
the rest of the season.
enough momentum to carry you all the way through
Yeah.
the remaining weeks.
Right? When the Broncos had a bye week 5, they were 3-1 and then got blown out by the Giants.
Ugh.
Somebody didn't prepare.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like our bye week this year was just a little too late for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it came earlier, I think it would have been a benefit to the chemistry and where we were at with our wins or lack thereof. But
I
Yeah.
mean, we came
We
out of the
came out
bye week
strong.
and beat the Chargers, though.
sort of strong.
We won.
We-
We didn't
we
play
won.
great. We won the
I
game.
wouldn't say even saying we beat them. That doesn't sound
No,
right.
won
We
the
got
game.
one more point than they did by the skin of our teeth.
We got beat up and had the dagger.
Yeah.
Yes.
It counts.
It counts.
Counts.
Yes.
And there have been 3, 4, 5 other games this season that have been down to that close, like the final plays of the game.
It's
I
unacceptable.
mean, we
That
lost
we've
by
lost.
the Chiefs
I don't
by
like it.
1 point, the Rams by 3 points. Like, we're
Texans
We're
in it.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're right there with
But-
the really good teams in the league.
We just need to keep being aggressive after we get up by like 2 scores. A lot of times it just gets
Exactly.
too conservative, and
Sit
I don't know,
back
like
too
that's,
much when they
that's
have
when
that
you got to
lead.
start, doing the play actions, maybe a couple options. If you don't want to put Casey in that position, but something a little more unorthodox while still trying to maintain ball control. And it always seems like we start out hot, and then we'll have 3 or 4 straight 3 and outs, or maybe 1 first down, and then we end up punting.
See, I
It's
kind
not
of
good momentum.
I kind of disagree with them being conservative towards the end of the game. Like, it
No,
seems like
I'm
they're
saying, like after they go up like 2 scores,
Mhm.
and it's like second quarter, like they start to like throttle off a little bit. I don't know.
It seems like when the running game. I said like. So the run, when the running game is working, they give up on it too quickly, and then they'll go to the passing game even with the lead.
Been so consistently that they've done that.
Like it
It
seems
can't
like
be
they
unintentional, but it's like, why are you making these decisions?
kind of seems like they start out a little conservative by running the ball, and then they get
But
the
then
lead,
something
and then
breaks
they
loose or
go to
something.
the passing game, and then it just goes to crap.
Fizzles.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
I mean, we might have to bring back like just pure play action, and then you'll end up getting spots where it's like, hey, we just play action passed it twice in a row. Now it's going to be a play action again, but we're actually handing it off, and then Lindsey takes it up like a soft defense. I could see that being utilized on a much more frequent pattern, but if a good defensive coordinator catches wind of that, you just throw a couple of guys up the slots and you can break up a play action, no problem. So it's just picking and choosing when to make the right play calls is definitely going to be important. But
Yeah, I think that's
I
been
don't
an
know,
issue.
like it definitely needs to be changed up because it's been consistent game.
I don't know
plan
if this week is going to
offensively.
be the best to do so because I'm pretty sure the Steelers are top 10 in run defense.
We have to just put up points. I think we need
No,
to
yeah.
be looking for 15-yard gains
Mhm.
every play. Like
Average
Aggressive.
at least 10.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like more than 3 third downs the entire game. It's
That would be
Yeah.
great.
really ballsy.
Seems pretty
But,
wishful.
like,
Yeah.
If I was a
Bold
coach,
prediction?
if I was a coach, I would be in that locker
Yeah,
room.
let's bold
like,
prediction it
ripping
up.
into the defense. But,
Is that going to be your
or
bold
the
prediction?
offense. Yeah, 3. No, I might upgrade it to 5 third down conversion opportunities.
No more than 5.
No more than 5.
Up
Okay.
to and including 5?
Yes.
Okay, so include 5.
Miles also always
making
has
sure.
to have the full legal terminology.
Just want to make sure I know what the line is.
If we can't get first downs, and we're gonna end up punting or kicking field goals. I mean, kicking field goals is good. It's points on the board. But with the Steelers coming up, I don't know if our defense is ready for what's coming to town.
Oof. The
'Cause
secondary
they have
probably
been
not.
exposed already.
Yeah. If we can get to Big Ben, I think we'll be okay. With
We just
Chubb
have to.
and Miller,
We absolutely
yeah. 'Cause
have
the secondary,
to get to him.
But
they're
still
not
be
good
on the
enough to.
toes for James Conner.
Yeah.
Because the start of the year, our rush defense was.
Who has a
abysmal.
bigger game, AB or Connor?
Oh,
AB.
it's a good question. I
Who,
think
who can we
I
stop
would say
more efficiently?
Connor.
Yeah.
We can probably stop
yeah.
Connor quicker, but Big Ben is so big and he sits in the pocket so well.
Huck it.
Like,
Chuck it.
And that's all he has to do.
Yeah.
And AB will go get it.
I-
So, yeah.
I think the Broncos would rather give up a lot of yards on the ground than in the air. So
I
think
agree.
I think
Yeah.
Connor will have well over 100 yards.
We just have
Maybe
to get
won't.
to.
AB
Big
won't have
Ben.
100?
No,
Is that your bold prediction?
that could be one of them.
All right.
I'll parlay it.
So one of my bold predictions is I think Vaughn is really, really hungry after he thought he had that
Pick
interception for a touchdown and looked at himself up on the screen to see who was behind him.
He wanted it so bad.
He wanted it so bad.
You think he
I've
gets
never
it?
seen him run that much before. I don't know if he's gonna get another interception or take it to the house for a touchdown, but I can see him getting a couple forced fumbles. Like, he's fired up.
That'd be sweet.
I can see him coming out really, really, really hot. And then that obviously elevating the rest of the defense.
Especially against Big Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Gotsis got a sack last week.
Heck yeah. He's a beast.
It's just, everyone's just got to be getting on him.
Oh, yeah.
On
I
Big
think
Ben.
that'll be the key, is putting pressure on Big Ben. So
And
if he has
he's
time,
thrown his
he's
share of
going to destroy us.
interceptions this year as well.
Right.
So, he's had a few 2-3 interception games.
Mhm.
But he also matches it up with 3 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But,
right.
yeah, I think the defense has the opportunity to show them the world that we can stop a high-powered offense.
And that
but
we're still there. Like, we're still a great, dynamic, to be feared defense.
It's going to be interesting to see how we play against them and how the fan perception changes
right.
from right now to Monday, Tuesday morning.
It'll be here
Yeah.
before we know it.
I know.
We're
Let's get it
recording
done.
this podcast Saturday night. We will post it tonight. So you all better listen within
Get
the
ready.
next,
Pre-game.
like, 20 hours.
Wake up and press play.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're going to do bold predictions.
Yeah, I think we've already all kind of thrown something out.
Yeah.
I've just been
Miles.
confirming.
Yeah.
Miles is just
Yeah, I
here
thought
to
we did it. So what's your bold
Um,
prediction, Miles?
So you got the
5 third down.
no more than 5.
Yeah.
Vaughn for a forced
Two
fumble.
forced fumble.
Oh, we'll say 2. Did I say 2?
You said
At least a couple.
A couple.
Oh,
So I don't know.
That's what came out.
14. Yeah, we'll say 2. At least a couple.
So
Were you gonna
AB
parlay?
is going to get less than 100 yards, and the Broncos defense is going to have at least 4 sacks.
Okay.
Ooh. That's pretty solid. I think our offensive line goes back-to-back weeks with no sacks given up.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And I think we hold our penalties in check again. We only had 7 for 43 yards last week.
Huge progress.
Where we do not exceed 8 for 50 this game.
All right.
Okay.
I want to add an offensive bold prediction.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jano for a touchdown.
Don't put a bold
Whoa.
prediction on Bulls not giving
No, I've already done that twice this season.
Learned our lesson.
I'm all about the Jano TD this week.
That would be sweet. I'd love to see a Jano TD.
Jano passing TD.
To
Jano
himself.
passes
Yes.
out
Yeah.
to himself.
Touchdown. Score predictions?
So what do we have? We had
I think I'm the only one with a W.
everyone else had a prediction.
Based on the preseason.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch my preseason prediction of a loss to a win.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
And I think we are going to win. I should have thought about this before I started talking.
See, now you just dug yourself a hole. Come prepared.
We're going to win, but I don't know the numbers yet.
Okay. And I am looking up the weather for tomorrow.
All right, well.
Oh, yeah, because it's gnarly right now. We are
Right?
I
recording
think it's
and
supposed
we
to
are
be partly
hearing
cloudy,
the winds
60
like
snowstorm.
blasting outside.
60, partly cloudy.
Yeah. Mostly
Minimal
sunny.
wind.
Okay. So it won't be hazardous conditions.
No snow or anything.
So I'm going to go...
Snow day. No snow.
No snow.
I'll go
Like that one earlier
Broncos.
this year.
Yeah.
It's snowing. Like, it barely snowed.
Yeah.
It was a
Just a
thing.
little bit.
It didn't even stick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Broncos lose 27-25.
Ouch.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to be a fan, bro.
I know.
I'm just.
I know. I wanted to win so bad.
All right, I'm going
just don't think
Broncos
it'll
I'm giving you
win
hard hands.
33-30.
Broncos win.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Wow.
That's pretty solid.
33-30.
It's an exciting game.
Yeah.
Almost as good as Chiefs Rams.
Oh, no, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That was a game.
Over
That game
100
was
points
insane.
scored.
Sorry. We
Yeah.
digress.
Well, we digress. I'm sticking with a loss, unfortunately. I want to see a win, but I think the Steelers' offense is just going to overpower our defense just a little too much. 30-21.
All
Loss.
right.
All right. Well, I said the Broncos needed to score at least 27 to ensure a win, but I think our defense can hold the Steelers to 23. So yeah,
That'd be solid.
I'll say
All right.
28-23, and to add to my bold prediction, we score only touchdowns, no field goals.
Ooh.
That'd be
Outside
solid.
of PH.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, four touchdowns, and we win 28-23.
I like
so.
it.
Solid.
I hope
I
so.
like it. I like
Yep.
it.
Let's get her done.
Will it into existence.
Yes.
Oh, I
Please.
shall. It is
Please.
Friendsgiving tomorrow.
It is. We hope you guys all had an awesome Thanksgiving earlier this week. We are having our Friendsgiving tomorrow watching this game, so I'm excited. It should be an awesome day. Thank you for tuning in and supporting us. We appreciate it so much. Before we take off, I got to give a shout out to our guy, Steele Krause. He's with Osgood Team Real Estate, and if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Denver metro area, he is a guy you should really talk to. He is absolutely fantastic, and you can reach him at 303-587-5417. Here's to hoping the Broncos can put together 2 wins in a row, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Laters.
Peace.
Toodles.